You know, when you coming up and you growing up as a man, you know, you becoming an adult in general, you know, and you call yourself on the road to success, you know, you trying to make something of yourself, you trying to better yourself, you're gonna make mistakes on the way. You're gonna make mistakes. And I made a few mistakes. And I wish I had somebody to tell me, you know, things to look out for, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't have made those mistakes, you know, coming up, you know, that I know now. You know, but for all the youngsters out there, man, I'm gonna let y'all know the mistakes that I wish I could have avoided, you know what I'm saying, growing into adulthood. You know what I'm saying? So without further ado, let's get this video popping. So mistake number one that I wish somebody would have told me coming up in my teens and my 20s is make your day-to-day life as simple as possible. Make it simple. What I mean by that is, you know, don't overcomplicate your day. Don't overcomplicate your routine. Make sure you have a routine. You know what I'm saying? From when you wake up to when you go to sleep. You know what I mean? Prepare yourself the night before. You know, get your clothes ready, get your lunch ready for tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you know you want to take a shower the night before. Make sure you take a shower. Make sure you set that alarm clock. You know, brush your teeth. You know, wash your face. You know, make sure everything is ready. You know, make sure your clothes. You ain't trying to be fashionable. Don't be worried about no drip when you getting ready for work. When you setting out your clothes for work, don't be worried about no drip. You know what I'm saying? That's no, you ain't gotta do all that. You doing too much. You overcomplicating things. The main objective is to go get the bread. That's the main objective. Go get the bread. As long as your clothes clean and as long as you ain't looking like no damn hobo, you know, you good, my bro. You good, my nigga. Just put your t-shirt on, you know, or put your uniform on. You know, you got a uniform. My job, you know, we really got uniforms. You know, you work pretty much anything to be honest. Put your shirt on, put your pants on, put your tennis shoes on. Make sure you look clean, clean cut, you smelling good. You know what I'm saying? And go get that paper, man. You know, too many people make that mistake. You know, now some people that might fit them. That might fit them. That might, you know, they might be a fashionable type of person. If it's not overcomplicated for them, you know, if they can manage to get their stuff together and put, you know, piece together their stuff, you know, ain't nothing wrong with that, you know. But for me, it's just overcomplicated for me, man. Like I fuck around, be late, I be stressed out, trying to figure out what the hell I'm for the where to work. You know what I'm saying? You know, only time I really throw something on clean good, like you know, nice outfit is when I'm going out, you know, going out for real. You know. Number two, the money is not gonna save you. Money can't save you. The money ain't gonna save you. Not just the money. You know. What about your mindset? What about building your mindset? What about building your physique? It can't just be the money. Just getting the money is not self improvement. Get money alone is not going to answer everything. You know, unless you get some money, you want to get the BBL. You want to get the BBL surgery. You know, you get ad replacements and all that goofy, silly looking ass shit. Then you gain it right back. You know, it can't just be the money, man. You got to lock in on everything. Self improvement is mindset, your body, you know what I'm saying? Your relationship with God. How are you as a person? You know what I'm saying? And your money. And a bunch of other things. You know what I'm saying? The money is just the money you just can't do it alone. It ain't gonna get it. You did what I'm saying? Number three, make sure you listen to your OGs that you look up to. Listen to the OGs, man. It's been plenty of people that was older than me, you know what I'm saying, that I looked up to, that was trying to tell me stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to listen because I didn't agree with it. You know, now that I'm older, everything they was telling me, I could have avoided. I could have just avoided it. You know what I'm saying? But they was telling me, you know, they didn't been here before. You know, if you got an OG that you look up to and you know OG care about you, you know they genuinely care about you. You know what I'm saying? And they done been around there before, and they something. You know what I'm saying? They look like something. They somebody that you know you kind of want to not want to be, but you know, somebody you want to, you know, take after, take some pieces from, you know what I'm saying, and make it your own. Listen to them. They know a lot. You know what I'm saying? If they've been here at least 10 years longer than you, you know, they probably got some knowledge. Now you ain't gotta agree with everything OG saying. You ain't gotta agree with everything. That's not what it's for. But just listen. You know, see what makes sense to you. Take little bits and pieces out of what they're saying that makes sense. The whole thing they saying ain't gotta make sense. Just take bits and pieces of out of it. You know what I'm saying? And make it your own. You know, just try to take heed to what the OG's saying if they, you know, if they're somebody that you strive to be like. You dig what I'm saying? Number 4, make sure you're coachable. Make sure you be coachable. Somebody trying to tell you something, they're trying to teach you something. You know what I'm saying? Don't get them a goddamn attitude. Don't take offense to it. Don't get mad at them. You know, if they're trying to teach you something, be coachable. You know what I'm saying? It's too many youngins out here. When you trying to teach them something, they take it personal. They act like you trying to little man them. You trying to belittle them. You know what I'm saying? They mind all fucked up, man. Nah, motherfucker trying to put you on game, man. You need to sit there and listen. You need to be all ears. You know what I'm saying? Eyes peeled. You know, always remain a student. You know what I'm saying? Always remain a student. Always be willing to sit back and soak up game. You know what I'm saying? You know, the most talented player on the team, he's worthless if he's not coachable. He's worthless. You know, when I was in sports, you know, I was playing like my little sports or whatever. You know, it was athletes on the team, you know, and then it was cold. They was cold. But coach ain't want to put him out there because he not coachable. Every time you try to tell him something, I don't wear that shit. No, I'm gonna do. He always trying to argue with the coaches and shit. He arguing with the refs and shit, man. That ain't no good. You ain't gonna help the team. You know what I'm saying? Same thing. Apply that to life. It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to listen on the job. They ain't gonna want to fuck with you. They ain't gonna give you the hours. They ain't gonna give you the highest amount of pay. You know what I'm saying? So and if you can't handle a job, what makes you think you gonna be able to handle your own business? You gotta think about it, man. You know. Number 5, get your reps in. Get your reps in. What I mean by that is do it consistently. Do not quit. Do it consistently because if you do it consistently, even if you're not good at it, you're gonna get good at it. It's inevitable. You're gonna get good at it. That's like a law of nature. The more you do something, better you get at it. So even if you want to do something and you're not good at it, it take a long time. You like, damn man, I ain't good at it. I'm just gonna say fuck it. Nah, don't say fuck it. Keep going because you're gonna get better. You're gonna get better and better and better and better. Months and months gonna go by, and you're gonna look up and be like, "Damn, I'm really good at this." Reps, repetition is the father of learning. Shout out Lil Wayne. He told me that. You know what I'm saying? He said that. Repetition is the father of learning. It's true. If you want to learn something, you want to get really good at it, get your reps in. That's all you got to do. Get your reps in, man. You know. But yeah, and those are my tips, man. That's my advice. You know what I'm saying? But stay blessed. I hope y'all had a good day. And I'll let y'all in a minute. If y'all made it to the end, make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe.